Hi everyone, welcome to VLSI Academy. We have so far learnt about placement of standard cells and high fan out net synthesis and how the place opt command will work in the tool. And now we shall discuss about scan chain optimization. In all designs after manufacturing, we need to test if it is working as intended or not, and at a desired specification or not, and if not, which part is having the issue. And in current technology with billions of transistors, it is not possible to determine the defective portion of the chip. To enable the testing and debugging of the defects, we enable the scan chain which runs across the design, which is we have shown as a snapshot here as an example. Since there are millions of flops in the design, all flops cannot be scannable, or you can say all flops are not testable, because scan flops generally have higher area than compared to the normal flops, and hence the scan flops are limited in the design and not all the flops are scannable in the design. Now the next question is, what is scan flop? So scan flop is nothing but a basic building block of a scan chain, and it has internally the structure which is different from the normal flop. So let us say this is our normal flop, this is our normal flip flop which is there in the design entirely. So let us say that if there is a multiplexer here and we connect this multiplexer output as a input to the D pin of this flip flop, and it multiplexer is also 2:1 multiplexer, so there will be select line also. Now there are three additional pins. So first is your data pin, so this is your data pin, and then there is a scan input pin, so SI pin, that is scan input pin, and there is a scan enable pin which is going as a select line here, and this is nothing but your normal clock pin. Now if we put this in a box, so that box becomes your scannable flop, and as you can see obviously it has a little more area because there is a multiplexer also inside. So this becomes your scan flip flop, or you can say scannable flip flop. Now any chip will run on two modes. Basically, one is your functional mode, when your chip is functioning, and when you want to test the chip, that time it is running in the test mode, and based on that mode your select enable pin is actually configured, and based on select enable configuration we get the data or we get the scan input. It depends on entirely your mode functionality. Now let us try to understand how the scan chain entirely works in the design. So there will be chain, as we told, which is running across the design. So it will be something like this. As we told earlier that in the normal flop there will be additional pins. So first pin, if this is a scannable flop, there will be pin of scan enable. So this scan enable pin will be there in the scannable flops everywhere, and these will be connected via combinational logic like this. So the normal timing mode, if it is there, so the data will be flowing normally from the Q pin to the combinational logic and again to the D pin of the next flip flop. This is normal timing mode, or as we say that functional mode, func mode, or functional mode in the normal case. And again next case is your test mode, and in the test mode your scan enable will be enabled, and when scan enable is enabled, at that time there will be additional pin of scan input. So from the IO pads the patterns are pushed inside the this scan input pin. So scan input pin, the data will go inside and it will also directly come from the multiplexer and then will go to the Q pin. So from the Q pin it will come out, and then there will be fan out of 2 from the this scannable flop, and one will be going to the combinational logic and another will be going directly as an input to the next scan input, and then from there again Q will come out as a fan of 2 and fan out of 2, and from there again one will be going to the combinational logic and another will be going to the scan input pin, and it will be running across design like this. And after a lot of bigger chain it will come out finally and it will go again to the outer world, or you can say again to the IO pads of the outer world. As we said earlier, scan chains are used to detect manufacturing defects present in the combinational logic of the design. And how it works is, when normal functional mode is enabled, at that time what will happen is your data will be flowing through the Q pin, and it will also go to the scan input pin. But since scan enable we have not enabled, so at that time 0 is going here and it is not actually functioning, and this scan mode will not be enabled in the functional mode, and hence this yellow colored line, it will not be actually useful, though the data will be going from the Q pin to this scan input also and D pin also, but it will not be useful because scan mode is not enabled. At that time the data will be going from the Q pin to the combinational logic, and whatever the data which is flowing via the combinational logic. Basically this is your func mode arc, which is I am drawing here in a dotted fashion. This will be your normal functional mode, and data will be flowing from this chain and not from the scan chain. But let's say you want to test the design, and at that time what will happen is your test mode is enabled and your scan enable will be 1 at that time. And when the data is so when your scan enable is 1, at that time this scan mode comes into picture, and at that time if even if your combinational logic is flowing, the data will also again be going through the combinational logic, but it will not be useful because the after that this D pin of the flop, it will not capture the data because now scan input is enabled. At that time it will not be functioning, and as we said earlier, internal mux will not select this data which is reaching at the D pin here, because internal mux now will select the scan input. So basically this internal mux is actually the one which is functioning here. The D pin and SI pin will be coming like this, and this will not be functioning, and this will be functioning in the scan mode because now scan enable is 1 and this is 0 and this is 1, so it will be selecting this, and hence the data will be flowing now from this chain, yellow colored chain. The data will be flowing from the scan pin, which is directly connecting and not via the combinational logic. And what we are going to achieve when we are flowing directly from Q to SI, basically your path is now Q to SI here, Q to SI here, and it is always be like this. Now what we are achieving by doing like this is, if your data is corrupt somewhere in the combinational logic, we will easily come to know through the test patterns, because in the functional mode whatever the pattern was there, it should match with whatever is coming out from the chain like this, and if there is some defect we will be able to recognize it through this flow. Now as we said earlier, that scan chain is your high fan out net, and it will always be there in the design. So first we will do the high fan out net synthesis of this scan chain, and then after the scan chain optimization, or you can say the length optimization of scan chain is done, after that we will go for high fan out net synthesis of other nets which are there in the design, which could be design specific. Now scan chain is actually inserted by other team, so that team is generally a DFT team which will give you this pattern, and that is called as design for testability. They will provide you the scan chain patterns, or not the patterns actually, they will provide you the scan chain information. Scan def they will provide, which we have discussed earlier. So scan def is provided as an input, we will take it, and once we will insert the scan chain in the design, it will be actually, once we are inserting the chain, actually we are adding the additional logic. So it is an additional logic which is present in the design, and because of this, if we are already optimizing the design, it will be adding the congestion to it, so it contributes to the congestion, but we have to optimize it. So we will try to reduce, or you can say we will try to optimize the scan chain length. So we do the scan chain optimization of scan chain. So by doing the scan chain optimization, we are essentially trying to reduce the congestion, and by reducing the congestion we are essentially achieving more routability in the design, and that is why it is important. That is all for this video. We will come up with more concepts in further videos. Please do like, share and subscribe to the channel. Thank you.